watch those shows too. Well, Chairman McGee, members of the Chamber, Kevin Denham, thank you so much for the warm reception, but also for providing this opportunity to talk to you about the very important work of keeping our community safe. And this is awesome. And as I look across the room, there's so many of you that are close friends in law enforcement across our region, and those who support law enforcement across this community. So I'm just really thrilled at this opportunity to talk with you about the state of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office and our vision for the future. The Chamber has been instrumental as Bexar County has developed into a wonderful place to live, work, and play. When I retired from the Air Force 14 years ago, I could have chosen anywhere to retire. But I chose San Antonio and Bexar County as my home. And I wouldn't want to live or serve anywhere else. And I'm pleased to share with you the state of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office as it provides law enforcement services across our community. I believe it's important that elected officials share with the public key issues concerning their office, how it's performing, what's going well, and also being transparent enough to share where we need to be improving. Today I'll cover those highlights and then leave some time for questions at the end of my remarks. Each of you will also find at your chair a copy of the 2013 annual report. And this is the first ever such report to the citizens of Bexar County where the Sheriff's Office is sharing information about the agency, a financial accounting of how we're using your taxpayer dollars, an objective look at last year's activities, and a glimpse into the future. The cover page is representative of the Sheriff's Office. We're on a mission. And for many of you, this publication will allow you to see the Sheriff's Office in a way you've never seen it before. And I hope you'll take time to read through it, share it with your friends and colleagues. It's even online. And I want you to notice, too, that this report is focused on the people I have the pleasure of working with every day. We've got great people at the Sheriff's Office, and I'm privileged to lead a dedicated team of detention officers, law enforcement officers, and civilian employees, all of whom are committed to serving this community and providing for your safety and security. The first year flew by in an instant. And as I was enjoying the fireworks downtown for New Year's Eve just 2 weeks ago, it seemed unreal that just a short time before, those same fireworks were going off to ring in the new year as I was being sworn in at the courthouse, just a year before. We've achieved a lot of successes, and there have been a lot of challenges. But overall, 2013 was a year of understanding, growth, and change. And during the year, we developed a sense of clarity of what the challenges are and how we can better serve this community. Our mission is to ensure public safety for Bexar County. And this year, we made significant steps to achieve this mission. And it serves as the foundation for bringing the Sheriff's Office fully into the 21st century. I especially want to recognize several people who've been instrumental in helping us in 2013 and continue to support us to achieve the mission and continue toward our vision for the future. First, County Judge Nelson Wolf, I appreciate all your support and what you've done to help us get here. Commissioner Kevin Wolf, Commissioner Tommy Atkinson, Commissioner Chico Rodriguez, and Commissioner Paul Elizondo, who weren't able to be with us. And I'd also like to thank David Smith, our county manager, for his leadership in serving with us. I'd also like to thank San Antonio Police Chief Bill McManus, who got called away at the last moment, but also appreciate Assistant Chief Joe Banyalis and Deputy Chief Tony Trevino from the San Antonio Police Department for their partnership. I'd also like to recognize Region Commander Gary Albus with the Department of Public Safety for Texas. You know, we don't have aircraft, but they have trained 2 of our officers as tactical flight officers, and they fly full-time aboard DPS aircraft and provide us the eyes overhead that we didn't have before. So thank you very much to both of them. We work together on various federal, state, and local task forces and have a strong relationship to assure a cooperative spirit among all of our law enforcement agencies. And the strong relationship with these county and city leaders has been instrumental to sharing our vision and concerns for the future. Together, we've made substantial progress and will continue to work toward making the Sheriff's Office one of the best in the nation. Running the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is running a big business. And it requires a focus on sound business practices. I'm sometimes impatient, right? Yet it was clear early on that we couldn't fix everything overnight. It would require a long-term strategy and prioritizing resources. First, we undertook a business process review. We identified over 200 processes. We mapped them out and then identified 91 issues, processes, and procedures that were either broken or just weren't working the way they should. And as a result, we validated what we thought were the highest priority needs and developed a roadmap to make the Sheriff's Office a more efficient and effective organization in every area of our operations. And there were quick wins. Providing email to all of our employees, access to email to facilitate a more effective means of communication across a very large organization. More than half the employees didn't have an email account. We were able to fix that in a couple of weeks. Eliminating paper checks with direct deposit and providing online access to pay statements in place of paper pay stubs, which had been distributed on open shelves available to anyone. And of course, the most popular decision has been bringing back the Western-style cowboy hat. And I gotta tell you, this turned out to be a huge morale boost for our troops and overwhelmingly supported by this community. In fact, on Facebook, there were over 8,000 likes, and the comment that I liked the best was, "This is Texas, duh." So as we go forward into 2014 and beyond, it's clear that our major efforts will be focused on three fronts: technology, workplace development, workforce development, and facilities. And today, I want to cover what we're doing in these areas and how these efforts are focused on achieving our mission. Technology. Early last year, it was evident how far behind we were when it came to basic technology for a modern-day law enforcement agency. Now, there are a lot of business leaders in the audience today. Try to imagine running your business with the technology available in 1997. Pretty scary, isn't it? Time and attendance accounting for the sheriff's office was still in the stubby pencil era. And this year, we will have an automated time and attendance system in place, which will not only save taxpayer dollars, it will improve our efficiency in how we track employees' time, their vacation time, as well as how they get paid. Now, like me, I'm sure some of you are addicts of the television series Law and Order and CSI, where crime information data is shared almost at the speed of light, and within an hour, the good guys catch the bad guys because of all the cool technology. Some of what you see is technology that's already available for law enforcement, but many agencies don't have it yet. Some of you, and when our deputies file an incident report, today it's produced on email or a Word document without the benefit of the data being distributed into a relational database. Filing incident reports and records is still done the way it was 15 years ago. In other agencies, technology allows officers to enter data that can be immediately accessible, and this is where we need to be as an agency. A modern records management system with automated field reporting and case management was at the top of our priority list. And I appreciate the county commissioners, the county manager, the county judge for providing us the funding that we will have that near the end of this year. And I'm pleased to report we're nearing completion of the RFP for a state-of-the-industry records management system that will allow our deputies to quickly collect, enter, and transmit data electronically. While this is clearly a technology issue, which will improve our operational capability to an even greater extent, it is a safety issue for our officers and for this community. And we expect progress toward fielding this system to be well underway by the end of 2014. Let's talk about workforce management. The most immediate need we addressed was the massive requirement for mandatory overtime at the jail. 9 days into my term, the county auditor advised that all funds for overtime pay for the year had been depleted, with more than $1.7 million spent just in the first quarter of the fiscal year. We aggressively recruited candidates, ran concurrent classes throughout the year. We refocused training on the critical requirements for professional detention officers. And I'm pleased to report that all 52 vacant positions have been filled, and we have a healthy pipeline of cadets. Last January, almost 16,000 hours of overtime were required. By December, just last month, we had reduced that overtime by almost 80%. In dollar terms, $3.4 million was spent on overtime pay in fiscal year 2013. And for the first quarter of 2014, we've spent just $60 And that's because of the great work that our folks are doing across the sheriff's office in leading, but also coming to work, being focused on the job that they have of keeping this community safe. So filling vacancies and reducing overtime requirements were just the tip of the iceberg. We also need to understand workforce dynamics for an organization of almost 1,500 professional detention officers and law enforcement officers. Professional development, career transition within the agency, attrition factors are all critical to understanding the demands on an organization and assuring we have adequately planned for the future. With the 16th largest jail in the nation, we need to make sure that our officers are prepared as we move forward. We were happy last spring when, for the first time ever, the jail passed the Texas Commission on Jail Standards inspection with no discrepancies. Nonetheless, we want to assure that Bexar County Jail is at the top of its game every day, any day. We've embarked on our goal of national accreditation through the American Correctional Association. And our new jail administrator, Deputy Chief Bonosco, knows this process very well. He and his senior staff and all of us in leadership are committed to achieving this goal in the next 2 years. We will be the first county jail in the state of Texas to be nationally accredited. As we work on improving our workforce, we also need to provide the environment, that is, facilities, which enhance their ability to keep the citizens of Bexar County safe. Today, except for jail operations, our facilities are less than optimal to adequately support the operational needs of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Over the years, patrol operations have resided in a trailer at SeaWorld, leased space at the old Windsor Park Mall, leased space in a former elementary school, and our current location in modular buildings on the far south side of the county. In 2013, we were focused on fixing the jail. In 2014, our focus is on improving the state of our facilities. Let's talk about substations. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office has never had a permanent substation. And the slide behind me, or that you can see up here, represents calls for service during all of last year. And it's clear where much of the action takes place and the general vicinity of where substations need to be, west and east. From roll call at the beginning of a shift, it takes one of our patrol units approximately 20 to 30 minutes to reach these areas of the county on the far, about north-northwest and north-northeast. And to the northernmost district, it's 45 to 50 minutes, provided traffic is flowing. So those of you who live in the city limits may be asking, so why should I be concerned whether there are substations providing coverage for the unincorporated areas of our county? There's one big reason. These are your tax dollars, which could be used on higher priority needs. Every day, every patrol vehicle is driven somewhere between 70 to almost 300 miles just to reach their assigned districts. That means that we are spending almost $750,000 just getting to where our officers patrol, due to increased demands for fuel, tires, maintenance, manpower, and vehicle replacement costs. Bottom line, with these vehicle cost savings, we could amortize the cost of 2 substations in just over 5 years. The need for substations is clear, and I'm confident within the next 6 months, and with the great help of David Smith and his facilities folks, we're going to break ground on 2 new substations, one on the west side and one on the east. So, this will allow us quicker access to all areas of the county and allow our deputies to have a more visible presence in the areas we serve. So our top priority is in providing that visible presence of law enforcement in Bexar County by building these substations. Our vision for the future, however, goes beyond that, to provide a functional work environment for those who keep Bexar County citizens safe. Our future vision also includes redesigning the area around the jail into a sheriff's complex. We'll be able to improve the area, making it more safe and secure for all who work and visit there, and design the exterior areas to provide a more aesthetic appearance for the surrounding neighborhoods. We also will be building a modern training complex at our current south side location, which will include a small substation for patrol. And until then, we're nearing completion of arrangements to establish an interim training facility in the northeast area of town, just off Wetmore Road. While temporary, it will provide adequate space to manage multiple classes, introduce needed technology, and have sufficient size to provide proper classroom instruction. It's not the final solution, though it will be a noticeable improvement in our capability. So to conclude, these are just some of the areas in which I commit to you and the uniformed and civilian employees of Bexar County Sheriff's Office to stay laser focused on improving the Sheriff's Office, because I work for you. We continue to build morale across all of the Sheriff's Office, but especially to increase the overall confidence in our agency with the public. And to the members of the Chamber, I'd like to partner with you as well. You do a great job in communicating the vision for the future of this community with legislative leaders. I hope and look forward to having an opportunity to engage in conversations about state and federal laws affecting public safety, law enforcement, jail operations, and mental health issues in Bexar County. Because working together on the legislative front, I know we can continue to shape our community into a place of which all of us can continue to be proud. Before I close, I'd like to recognize the senior leadership team for the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Running the 11th largest sheriff's office in the nation is team sport. And I've got a great team of leaders making it all possible. Would you all please stand? Especially your support, and thanks for everything you do to make Bexar County a great place to work, live, and play.